So the cars were instructed about 5 minutes or so ago to follow the safety car to the pit lane in the opposite direction.
Got some of them at least heading down.
Yes.
Backwards through the section between turns 7 and 8. And getting those cars down towards the pit lane now in the reverse direction, obviously not passing that work happening, which is just on the exit of the 12-degree bank turn of number 13. Just a little bit of rebuilding of the barrier going on down there. And not the usual sequence of events you'd see for the cars. Normally they get a bit of a feel for the cars actually heading out and around towards the grid. So if they're not allowed that process, if they're denied that process, it can be difficult for the drivers to give too much feedback about the cars. Often get a good idea of how much a car is hitting the floor with more fuel in it than you're going to have through the whole of the rest of the weekend, actually. Starting the feature race is the heaviest a Formula 2 car ever is. Of course, no refueling in Formula 2 races. 2 compounds of tyre, though, to use when we get going, and it'll be the return of the super soft tyre, potentially for some competitors at the start of this race. Mandatory pit stop after whichever tyre you have started on has been used for a minimum of 6 laps to put on that set of tyres.
Strange sight, this one, isn't it? The car's heading the wrong way across the grid that they should have been sitting on a while back when you joined us, and they will... Well, it's the way that we got into the circuit earlier on by pulling an enormous U-turn, and this is what they're doing as well in FIA Formula 2.
Only when you drive like an FIA track backwards do you realise, like, I don't know how much is designed to go the other way, mate. Like, there's so many things you can crash into.
You should try driving your car in reverse, mate. You wouldn't believe how engineered that is to go forwards. But Dan Tickton always with a comment. If you're wondering why there's a line down the middle of the tyres, they're the wets they use to travel around between the various parts of the racetrack. They are allowed to do that. Get the most mileage at Monaco, funnily enough, when you go from the structure, which is where all the Formula 2 cars are kept during the Monaco weekend, which is quite a long way, and you almost do a tour of that part of the Principality, from what is almost a different country down to the area of the Principality, which holds the race. You can have quite a lot of fun you're not supposed to have on the way down there as well. if you're that way inclined. Of course, we were all very well behaved when I was back in GP3 and I travelled to the track.
I'm sure you were. I'm sure you were, Mr. Brundle. Well, this is the process that we never get to show you normally, and you can see the drivers getting rid of the wet tyres and bolting on the super soft down there. If your name is Marino Sato, who's looking for a change of luck, it's not been his weekend so far. A retirement in race 1, nothing he could do about that. Taken out at turn number 4 and out of the points. There is the driver who win the championship today. But how many laps we get when we eventually get underway is going to determine if that is still possible. So that will be interesting. We'll keep you